How are we? Are we good? I think we might be okay this time. That was crazy. That was kind of nuts. Ads playing in my headset, and yeah, they had me on a delay. I didn't know what was going on. So it's a good thing I'm beach bumming it today. And I'm just kicking it. Hey everybody, how you doing? How is everyone? How are we? Let's try to get back to where we were. I think when we left last time, we were at least 50 some odd likes, like 200 and some odd people. So we're going to try to give everybody a chance to get back in. Hey, everyone. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the YouTube guidelines are, but apparently now, um, in order to be monetized, you have to show your face or have your face present at all time or something
Yep.
like that, right?
hmm Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm curious for all of the AI, so-called anon people who don't like to show their faces, how that's going to work out for them. There's a lot of people that have made some kind of decent money being anon and not showing a face and all of that. So, sounds like
Yeah. If you don't want to show your face, all you got to do is just do a podcast and not show your face.
yeah, you
But
could get into that arena. But then again, I
well,
don't
even the new
know.
podcasts are showing faces. So yeah,
Hmm.
no face, no case. Nah.
Hey, what's
Mm-mm.
going on, everybody? Hi, Martha,
Yeah.
Ron,
Somebody that said they're from India.
Myrna.
I am. Yeah. Appreciate that. What's up?
Who else do we got in the room? Do we have almost everybody back? We have Pat
They're
Blair,
piling in. They are piling in.
Nick.
They are piling in.
I'm
You're piling in.
JKM18. I
Go
haven't seen
subscribe.
Auntie Leah. There goes Auntie Leah.
Yeah, Auntie
Yes.
Leah's been. Mojiji is there. What's good?
Hey, Mojiji.
If you haven't,
Yvonne, good to see you.
if you haven't subscribed, can I shameless plug promote? If you haven't subscribed to
Set
Set in
in
the
the
West About
West.
One, please
Yeah.
do. And
Yeah. You know what? We can, that's not a shameless plug. That's community. That's family. We need to, what is
Auntie Lee, thanks
this?
for putting in the Patreon as well.
What is this?
What's what?
I don't know. There's a bunch going on. There's so much going on.
It's just a yeah. It's a whole lot. There's a whole lot.
Mm.
Okay. All right. A whole lot going on. Yeah, appreciate it, Auntie Leah.
They're trying to really find a way to cover up all their shenanigans, aren't they? There's been a lot of shenanigans. I mean, but that's the thing with the Diddy trial. And just the downfall of Diddy and all things Diddy. It's unfortunate because there's been nothing but just like crazy hella distraction. And once again, I hate to say it, but I was right because I was. I said it very clear and made it very plain on the Pierce Morgan show last year that they were going to throw everything but the kitchen sink, and if they needed to, the kitchen sink at the public to confuse everyone, to derail everyone's natural critical thought process. They were going to do whatever it takes. And, once upon a time, there were certain content creators that I won't say that I admired, but I at least encouraged and appreciated when I saw that they were leaning towards trying to get the right information out there. But this trial has corrupted so many people and so many pages and so many channels. I can't even begin to explain. And I hate to call it out, but and we're gonna probably talk about this later, but I'm glad that he took the time to do that disinformation regarding the Damore Hadley story case and trial. Um, because we were trying to figure out exactly when we were going to go over, some of the new information that we have. Like, we're probably the one channel that has been completely committed to seeing this story through and to supporting the positive outcome of this case as best as we possibly can. No one asked us to go to court and fight anyone. No one asked us to do any of that. No, we just believe in the story and we've seen all the evidence and we understand how corruption works because, like I said, this is personal to us. We've experienced it ourselves. So it was a point of kind of like a call to arms for justice as a whole. Uh, and for those who truly believe in justice, you should get behind it. There has been a lot of suppression about the coverage that this channel has done. We've had channels attacked, channels temporarily taken down. We have every reason to believe that they will be coming back and they will be coming back. But in the meantime, in between time, let me get over here. Um, or if Auntie Leah, if you could drop the link to Set in the West Doc 1.
I think she did. Let me
If
see.
she did, then I need to pin it. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do.
Okay. Here we go. There we go. There we go. The new channel. Go. And let's get that pinned. So, guys, please, while you're here, just remember it's pinned in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe. And we want to thank all of the subscribers that have gotten over there. It's been what, about 2 weeks or so? And
Mm-hmm.
and we're
Yeah,
making decent movement. So yeah, let's just keep that going. Appreciate it. But yeah, I'm sorry. I guess we're gonna go over the contempt order today. We gonna break that
later.
down
Let's
later
yeah. Let's.
today.
Yeah. You got it. I don't know if you read it because I sent it to you some
I read
time
some of
ago.
it, but I definitely want us to
Yeah, you
be able
got
to
it.
both go through it together and
Yeah.
get the talking points. Good. I'm
Yeah,
so
it's
glad,
the same.
Avery, that you got your notification today.
It's the same characters that are involved with the suppression of other
Mm-hmm.
content creators that are that have attempted to silence the more. What they did, they silenced the Hadleys. So it's on us to keep it pushing, and yeah, it's going to be something bigger coming sooner than later.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
They're just trying to intimidate, and it's not working. There's just a lot of other things going on where it's like, come on, the emperor has no clothes, as someone said. It's showing that the emperor has no clothes.
And the thing is this: you don't have no clothes. That's fine, but do your drawers have to be dirty as well?
Yeah, your mama said, make sure you got clean drawers. That don't have holes in your drawers.
Mm.
There's a whole bunch of holes.
Like I find it funny that Ticket TV decided that he wanted to go and talk about this today, and I don't know. I'm starting to like I'm trying my hardest not to be judgmental, but I'm starting to take it a little personal, dude. So now you only
Well,
want to acknowledge Trashy K's interview with Demore and nobody else's, especially not mine. I used to be a moderator for you, sir.
here's my
Matter of
take
fact,
on that.
I didn't stop being your moderator until I saw you attacking the Tanya Rubin for absolutely no reason. And then when I asked why, the next thing I know, my wrench is taken and I'm ostracized. And you try to pretend like I never existed at all, and you mute me in the chat.
Well,
Kind of wild,
again,
Ticket.
don't take anything personal as to the four agreements or the five agreements, one of the agreements. Yeah, don't take anything personal. You should not take it personal. You definitely got to look at the actions of particular individuals. So yeah, what was
You're on
said
slow mo.
was
They just had you on slow mo. Like it was really
yeah,
weird.
well, or whatever.
Yeah, you
Whatever.
went to slow mo. Yeah, there.
Let me see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Am I back? Am I good now?
Yeah, you seem to be all right now.
Okay.
But no, it's just like I'm trying my hardest not to take it personal, but it's like the disinformation is getting so loose and it's getting so wild. It's getting so wild that it's just it's becoming obvious. So you want to talk about Demore's case, you want to talk about the story, you want to talk about the this, you want to talk about the that, but you want to gas it up and make it look like Tresha K was the driving factor behind this story on social media. It's not. She's one of the last people to touch this story. Matter of fact, she got one of the last interviews before the gag order went through. Guess who got one of the earlier interviews when we found out that there was a gag order on deck? Us. That's why we did the interview the way that we did it. That's why we got all of the information. So just in case they were gagged, which by the way, we said and it was stated in the interview. I guess the only interview you're acknowledging or you watched was the trashy bitch who gets sued for lying and can't afford to pay people for all of the lies that she tells, who consistently just keeps writing checks with her mouth that her ass can't cash either. Like, I just find that funny, Ticket. I find it very funny. But then you want to sit up there and you want to, I do want to thank you though for bringing up one thing, Ticket. And thank God that you brought this up. Because see, the contempt order also happened before Tasha K did her interview with Demore. No, you made it seem like they got a contempt order because Trasha K's interview was just so explosive and so inflammatory and so that like you really trying to pump that shit up to make it seem like it was more
Well,
than what it was while it's being suppressed on so many other channels and it barely just hit 100K. Like they're doing everything they can do to turn the reaction on this story all the way down. Then you want to sit up there and say that Nicki Minaj shared Tasha K's interview. No, she didn't. She didn't. She pointed the finger into a lot of directions, but the one video that Nicki Minaj has consistently tweeted and retweeted has been the Jaguar Wright defending your freedom interview. I find it funny that you didn't mention that either, Ticket. Like, what's it going to be? Like, you sit there and you talk and you act like, you know, oh, yeah, because I got great information and my people give me this and my people give me that. Yeah, they did it to BJ as well. They did it to a lot of people. And they came after us, all of us with strikes. Some people's channels was taken down. Um, even the guy, Poetic Flacco, we just recently heard, word on the street that he got toppled with a bunch of copyright strikes as well from Rock Nation. So it's like, I don't understand why people get online sharing misinformation. And the way it was set up, it was like you were almost trying to make it seem like at some point in time, the Hadleys did commit, an offense against the court. Not true. And that's okay because we have all of the documents and we're going to be going over it. Since you want to tell everybody all the wrong information, Ticket, then I'm going to leave it, up to us to get it right. So people can hear everything that happened. But that contempt order, it was already on deck before the Trash K interview. The gag order was already on deck before the Trash K travesty, where she sat there and tried to call this woman who showed nothing but receipts and nothing but evidence paranoid. Um, yeah, bad move. Like for real, for real. If you're not going to at least stick somewhere near close to reality, you should probably steer away altogether.
well, like I said, you don't take things personal. What you do
Oh
is
no,
you give the audience
yeah,
the real perspective. So we had all that stuff, and we're just going to
Hmm.
present it. That's it. But we already know what's at hand.
Thank
Thank you,
Marcy.
Marcy. Appreciate it. But we already know what's at hand. There's a whole lot of individuals who are invested in steering the narrative, or just
Yeah.
not
No, but
even
see,
talking
this is,
about what's going on.
but there's one more thing that was very troubling. And I'm so glad he did expose that part of all of the wrong things that he had to say. The one thing that was very interesting was the conversation regarding Trasha K sharing the interview after the gag order came out and listing Demore Hadley as a collaborator to make it look like she was willfully defying the contempt order.
Yeah, no, she didn't. She didn't share. She didn't tweet. She didn't do any of that.
Nope.
That's
After the gag
yeah.
order happened, she ceased all online communication. Her and Javon
Mhm.
have not. That is a fact. All of these things are a fact. But the simple fact that Trasha K would do that hit piece interview, we could use 200 more likes, guys. Keep tapping. The simple fact
That's
that
what she said.
you would do that you would do that hit piece interview trying to discredit this woman's story and trying to discredit the very real and terrible things that have happened to her and her husband. And then you would have the audacity to share it online and put her in it as a collaborator to make it look like she was still operating. That right there is all the evidence that Hilton needs to prove that you were put on her to derail her, to trap her up, to try to make her like, wow,
What's the
wow,
same thing as
trashy.
it's the same thing
Welcome,
with Storm
Denise.
Monroe. Yeah, hey Denise, welcome becoming a member of Jag Nation. It's the same thing with Storm Monroe, with him saying that
Little drizzle, little drizzle.
where he said that the capper, right? Where he said, yeah,
Hmm.
you know, they wanted me to come in and fight. And you have to fight Rock. That conversation didn't happen.
Never
They probably
happened.
didn't reach out to him first. But no, as far as we need you to go in and fight, that's cap. He's just scared.
That never happened.
That's all. That was just
And
scared talk.
and he also had a vested interest because me breaking down the AI video of Demore and Javon and me being able to draw a line to the simple fact that he did the exact same thing, him and that Cum Jones person and that unfortunate widow, when they kept trying to force everyone online to believe that I had said something that I didn't, and he is still yet to show the metadata. He is still yet to make the metadata. It's really simple. It's really simple. If you are going to, have something to say, back it up with some evidence. Just like with Demore, they've had a lot of things to say about what was done to them by her mother and by Rock Nation. And guess what? All backed up with verifiable facts, evidence,
Hmm.
public records, the whole 9 yards. Why is it that the people that like running their mouth all the time online don't ever got no receipts to show? But see, that's where Ticket messed up. I don't understand. Yes, yes, Trump did. Yes, Trump did give Desiree Perez a pardon 2021. And like I
And
said, the terms of that were also very interesting because it got slid across his desk right on his way out the door. And let's not forget all that was going on. The insurrection had just happened. All the entirety of America was going after him. They had people in the White House saying that he was throwing sandwiches against the wall, painting the wall with mustard and ketchup. There was a lot of stuff that was happening around that time. Okay. A lot of stuff that was going on. And he really wasn't trying to leave the White House either. Matter of fact, they didn't start packing until the day they were expected to go. Like he was not he was not having it, if anybody remembers what's happening. But what I do remember in the interview that was done, even though nobody from Rock Nation wanted to give any direct quotes, it was stated for the record that Van Jones, who's a DNC, loyalist, it was Van Jones that went to Jared Kushner, which is Ivanka's husband, which, by the way, they're no longer involved in the administration anymore. Ivanka don't want nothing to do with the White House or any of the trouble that comes along with it. And then let's not forget that Jared Kushner's father does have a very, very, very chaotic background himself, linked to all kinds of fraud that he's been to prison for, or whatever the case may be. It was the Van Jones Jared Kushner connection that slid that pardon across that desk and got it done at the very last minute, right before he had to be up out of there when he was fighting his hardest not to have to leave.
Well, don't cape for Trump because
I'm not caping.
he really shouldn't have honored that pardon, in my opinion.
This
When
is this
you
is what I'm saying.
when you when you're involved in don't get it twisted, the crack epidemic was intentional, it was genocide, it was chemical warfare.
It
That's a
was.
crime against humanity. You do not
It
honor,
is.
give anyone a pardon for their participation in any type of genocide. That's where I'm at with it. But go ahead, carry on. But I understand where you're coming from.
Well, no, my thing is I'm not saying that he was right for doing it. I'm not saying he was wrong for doing it. I'm saying what's done is done. Regardless if he should have did it or he shouldn't have did it, what's done is done. They got the pardon, regardless. Now, could he have been distracted? Absolutely. Could he have just not given a shit? Absolutely. Could he have needed to do a favor with someone who he owed a favor to? You know, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in these administrations right now.
It, it,
What are my
it,
thoughts on Comey? Hmm? What'd you say?
where's my Comey? Remember Illinois Scratch? Where are my homies? Where's my
Oh,
Comey?
have mercy. Oh my.
Um,
I don't know. There's a
no,
lot of
no,
stories that are being passed
it,
around right now. What do you think?
yeah, it's just a lot of. I think it's a lot of cover up. And again, I'm not going. I don't even. I've moved past. I'm past. What is it? Domestic government, domestic stuff. Just like we moved past kneeling, I moved past Trump. There's other stuff going on,
Well, this
but
is
but I do pay attention, and that's very strange that she was fired and she was the what lead prosecutor on the Diddy trial,
yeah, and the Ghislaine
and
Maxwell trial
and
and the Jeffrey Epstein trial. A
look,
lot of collusion there.
the big beautiful bill passed right after the Diddy, and then all of a sudden, there's no Epstein list. Come on, y'all, y'all put it together. That's why I said I'm past kneeling, or I'm past.
I'm going to tell you the one
I'm
thing that I find most interesting. And this is what I find the most interesting, that nobody's paying attention to the fact that the one juror that came in that derailed all deliberations, the one juror that came in that was brought in after they removed juror number 6 and then they replaced him with juror 25, Mr.
Mhm.
Oz Bean Man looking guy who's been running around doing 80 million interviews. That was the prosecution's choice. I find it interesting that nobody's really paying attention to that. That's the guy that the prosecution wanted to come in,
Yeah.
the guy who derailed everything. The guy who, from the second that they went into deliberations, they said that they had a problem with, the guy who hadn't been there the whole time, but happened to just make it in at the very end to make it absolutely impossible for them to come to a unanimous decision on anything. The guy that maybe if he hadn't have been there, there might not have been any dismissal of the RICO charge. The guy, that's the guy that the prosecutor brought in at the end. It doesn't sound like they were okay. Hold on a second. We sitting here at 681 people, and we only have 186 like that. That's all of the same numbers, but just not in the right array. You see that?
Yeah,
Six
that's
eight
yeah.
one
Six
one
eight one
six
one
eight.
six.
Yeah, yeah, all
Hit
the
the like
same
button.
numbers.
Hit the like
Yeah,
button.
no, we need
Hit
at
the like
least
button.
500 more likes. Y'all got to stop playing with us. All you got to do is double tap the screen. But I'm just saying, I find that very interesting. Whatever their story is, whatever the oh my God, and Trump hates her dad, and that's why it happened, and they're DNC loyalists, and that's why it happened, and whoopty woo, and that's why it happened. What I do know is for her to bring that in and then to get fired so she don't have to be there to deal with the fallout of everything. I don't know. It sounds very convenient to me.
Yeah,
It sounds very convenient to me. If people want to know
yeah,
what I think, that's what I think. And that's the whole point of this live today. Now that we're here and sentencing is still a couple months away, the Diddy distraction, the Diddy trial, the Diddy everything crazy. Let's go back to the beginning, shall we?
let's go.
Go back to the beginning. You know, from the second that I did the Pierce Morgan interview after Diddy was jailed, um, I told everybody there was going to be a lot of distraction, a lot of little fires everywhere. They're going to do whatever they have to do to confuse the public, to keep everybody on edge, to
Yeah.
force everybody to run around like chickens with their head cut off. Yes, I know. I know and thank you for that, Auntie Leah. Thank you for reminding everybody that my new real life interview is about to premiere
Oh, when? What time?
in 5 minutes.
Oh, oh man.
So yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
hope
I'm gonna have to log off here to go to that. No, I'm kidding.
you a mess. It's
No,
gonna
I
be
definitely gonna
there.
check it out. I
It's
know it's
gonna
gonna be
be
there.
there.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna check it out. But yeah,
Well,
let's
yeah,
look.
this is one of the first ones that I've done that you haven't really been present for, or is it the second? Yeah, I've gotten used to you being on set with me when I'm doing those, but I think everyone's going to find it quite interesting. Um,
Yeah, they're gonna have to probably break it down on what it's gonna be four. I don't know because you were there for a minute. Um,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, let's. Well, y'all can check that out in a few. We got
yeah.
757 people. Please, y'all hit the like
We
button.
need at least 500 likes.
Yeah,
Like,
hit the
come
like
on,
button.
y'all playing heavy.
Hit the
Like,
like
we need to
button. Hit
get
the
this
like
up to at
button.
least 500. Like,
Hit the like button.
pronto.
Subscribe,
Thank
like,
you.
share to
Yeah. And don't
Jaguar
forget to
Wright Effect.
subscribe to the backup set in the West, and that's pinned here in the chat.
Set in the West Doc 1. Look, who did it all start with when we talk about the Diddy distraction? Obviously, we're speaking on Sean Atwood and his platform and who
well,
they brought on.
let's remember where this little weird white ride began. It was me, and then it was Vlad, and then it was Paddington.
Oh, yeah,
That's where this whole thing started.
yeah, yeah. It started then in October.
That's where this whole thing started.
That's where it started.
Um, and it's really interesting because who would have thought that 5 months later, my name would end up as a Diddy employee in a Paddington Bear lawsuit?
Well, we'll circle back to that later because there's going to be
Man.
all kind of new developments on that. But it did start with you, Vlad, and
Mhm.
Miss Mitchell,
Meanwhile,
who I
not all three of us together on panel like they do everybody else. Everybody appearing at separate times. And I can understand why, because the truth is, Vlad can't handle me. Vladimir Layuski can't handle me. He's he can't. He can't. I already, I'm telling you, you put me and him in a room together, you put me and him face to face, mano y mano, head to head, and I'm going to eat him alive.
And he still lied about saying that you didn't. He didn't reach out to you about an
Yeah,
interview.
because he
We still
did.
have that. So, but that was on the Pierce Morgan's platform, uncensored. Well, censored, uncensored
Yeah,
slash censored,
yeah.
right?
Well, no,
And
sometimes
then,
uncensored.
yeah,
That's what
sometimes,
we'll call it.
yeah,
Sometimes
sometimes.
uncensored.
Then it migrated over to Sean Atwood, and this this boy here,
Yeah,
old
because he,
old man, lying ass B, right?
yeah, yeah. Milk dud. Milk dud. Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, where is he right now? Like,
Oh,
does he even still have a
did we
channel?
finally get did Pierce finally send us our money? I think we did. I think we finally got it.
Oh yeah,
Finally.
yeah. After 120 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said too close. My eyes. Yeah. Where is he? Do we even see him? Like, did he drop a new
Yeah, no.
mixtape? I don't know.
No,
I
he
know he
got that Tesla. He got that Tesla and and failed to get Natanya Rubin into his new studio that he only had one other irrelevant interview in, and ain't nobody seen it since. Nobody.
yeah. Well, yeah, Martha, that's him, but that's obviously an AI composite. We don't want to
Yeah, we're
piss
not giving
anybody off.
nobody. We ain't giving. No, we want to piss people off. We just not
Well, we're
giving them
pissing
no
them
reason to
off,
strike.
right?
That's all. See, look, see,
And
this
then,
is
wow, who is this, y'all? Y'all know who this is? Yeah, she mentioned that someone was, Garfield was getting it from the Biz Act. That is lie, Misha, fullness, and
mhm,
Lionel Busy, Trash B, Grandmaster Trash B, the Parkers.
mhm,
Oh
the
shit!
freak off edition.
Right. Yeah, where is she right now? What happened to Shaky? What was her name? Shaky 90. What was it? What she?
No, that's her Cash App handle.
But she was, yeah, right,
Yeah,
right.
she actually has her channel is still up and running.
She been going to church, right?
I don't know.
Take you to church. Remember last time I saw her, she was just always in church.
Hmm.
Yeah, because she do need Jesus.
Let me tell you something right now. Jesus don't know her. And Jesus don't want nothing to do with her. You hear me? Nothing.
Jesus.
Nothing.
Jesus.
Nothing. Not at all. Jesus don't know that. Hmm. Yeah. Now, a lot of people keep forgetting that this person, this unfortunate person, was the one who sat on this weirdo's channel, Liar B. Not, yeah, you can come back now. you, you wrong. You gotta, you gotta, I don't know what you got
I'm
going
trying
on,
to
but
switch
there
it.
you go.
This thing was, yeah, it was. I was trying to
Acting
switch it. I don't.
weird. No, but so anyway, let's not forget the big headline last fall. We have her, the girl in the D and G shirt from the White Party. We have her live here on my channel. Oh my goodness, we have this epic interview, and she's going to tell us everything. She's going to do this and she's going to do that. Now, a lot of people got caught up into that. Millions of views, millions of views. And then in the midst of all of that, they were trying to find a way to attach this person to me in some way to make it seem like I was a part of the Combs enterprise, right? Because this person labeled me as her Uber driver that took her. to get,
Hmm.
I was moving
Hmm.
her around and doing all of that. And I was handing
Hmm.
out the money in the brown paper bags. And I was doing this and I was doing that. Meanwhile, at the time that she said I was doing this, I was nowhere near Dallas, wasn't even living in Dallas. And on top of that, I never drove for Uber, I drove for Lyft. So let's just remember that because I pulled her card on the Atwood channel while Ron sat there and tried to get me to go along with him saying and agree that I may have forgotten that I know her, but and I said no.
Hmm. Hmm.
Matter of
Hmm.
fact, every fake Diddy person that they brought online to derail this case and poison the jury pool, I pulled a card.
And you did it excellent. You did it eloquently because yeah, he obviously Ron was trying to get you to corroborate with her. And on in
Hmm.
hindsight, now that we see the Ariel Mitchell situation, he was trying to just get you to. They were basically trying to build a case,
They were
similar to
trying to
how
line me up so that they could put me in a lawsuit,
right,
just like Big Homie CC said.
yeah,
Jag, they are going to sue you,
he,
Jag.
he
They're
said
going
it. He said
Rock.
it.
No, but he said Rock
Rock Nation.
Nation
Yep, he showed it.
is going to sue you.
He said it.
Now let's think. I want y'all to listen to this because we about to line all of this up. And guess what? If we're doing all of this, y'all can give us some more likes. This is
Get
crazy.
some
We
more
not at
likes up. Let's get
500
the
likes
likes up.
already. Come on. We
Come
need
on,
like
y'all.
we need like 300 more likes at least. Come on. We giving you the tape. Damn. Let's remember that. Big homie CC, he tried to convince me of that.
Mhm.
And I said, ain't nobody suing me for nothing. There's nothing to sue me for. I've done nothing but tell the truth.
It- and when did he say that? He said that three
Back,
months before.
yeah, 3 months before the lawsuit hit, he
Three
was
months
busy
before.
trying to
Yeah.
convince. That was like November. It was before the holidays. It was right before the holidays. Um,
Like right when we pulled
and
up on him.
yeah, and that lawsuit didn't come until a week after I got the Defender of Freedom Award
Yeah, in February. Yep.
in February. Isn't that interesting? But see, the thing is he said that Rock Nation, he said he knew for a fact that Rock Nation was going to be suing me, but it was Paddington Bear who put me in that lawsuit. So did Big Homie let the cat out the bag? Because if he's right, then that would mean that Paddington Bear was working on behalf of Rock Nation all along.
Yeah. And
That's
I
what
and
that
I,
would mean.
I said what I said because and a lot of people behind the scenes were like, "Oh man, you're so spot on," but no one is even talking about that. The
Mm,
Ariel Mitchell connection to Rock Nation via
through
J. Cole.
J. Cole. But then again, there was also some other people who said that they wanted to help us that was very kind of adamant that she also had ties to Spiro.
Well, there's a whole lot. Like I'm not gonna speak too much behind the scenes, but even the people that that I work for at the radio station, um, I found a Quinn Emanuel connection, and then Quinn Emanuel calling my or texting me like, "How y'all get my number?" I thought it was because remember I was talking to Tupac's half brother, remember, but it wasn't that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so look, y'all, it goes really, really deep. I don't want to get too in depth because I know how these trolls try to go around and they pick for information, but I keep a lot of stuff to my chest. But the main thing is Ron.
You mean close to your vest?
I said close to my chest.
Oh,
Well, same thing. Ron from the Atwood channel tried to make that. correlation. Well, maybe you
Mm-hmm.
did. Maybe you
No,
did.
I think you just forgot. Maybe you don't
Yeah.
think it's a possibility. It wasn't. No, I've never met her. And that's why I didn't say anything about me not being in Dallas until much later. I let him run with all of that because I saw where he was leading.
Hmm.
I saw what he was doing, and I wasn't going for it. But see, there goes that issue because now there is a former Atwood I don't know, conspirator,
Reject.
I guess a reject now, who decided that they was just going to lay it all out to bear and lay it all out on the line and say that they knew for a fact that Sean Atwood's platform is an entire fraud, it's an entire scam, and what they do is they don't care about they act like they got human interests and they act like they this and they act like they that, and then what they do is they put all of this lying weirdo stuff out there for people to get into, for people to see. And then after they get the big views and get the big money in, they delete everything so that they can't be sued for it, which is
Well, let's
interesting.
not take
No.
no, no, no. Listen,
Oh,
I hear what you're saying, and I'm not negating what you're saying, but we can't really take this rejects information for like truth because they're a known liar. But
I'm not taking
it
that
is
information for
plausible,
truth. I'm not taking that information for
plausible.
truth. Do you want to know the only reason I brought it up? Is because that's exactly what
No, go
happened
ahead.
with all of the content that was trying to line me up. Did it went bye
Yeah,
bye.
it suddenly disappeared.
It went bye bye.
Yeah, it did.
Right after YouTube paycheck came. Now, if
Right.
y'all remember, after I was burning through all of those fake Diddy people and all of the fake Diddy stuff, it was around the same time that this liar B guy kind of disappeared from the scene. And it was almost as if the Atwood platform took up the mantle of the disinformation completely. And then the next thing you know, the videos came out viral, 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 hundreds of thousands, million views, whoopty whoopty woo. All of that stuff was going on, but it really wasn't working out. It
Hmm.
wasn't working out the way they wanted to work out because I kept pulling the cards of all of the liars and all of the frauds and all of the liars and all of the frauds over and over and over again. And then payday hit. Now, let's not forget, and this is where it gets really good because the announcement that he talked to his lawyer and that they had been approached and they had to take the content down happened at around the same time Ronnie Bo came up missing and couldn't nobody find him. Remember?
What was around that? Was around that time?
No, think about it. That's when
Hmm.
we first found out. Now, there was the Ronnie Bo was missing, and don't forget, Natanya called me and said, "Have you heard from Ronnie? Have you seen Ronnie?" I got a message saying somebody said that he was asking for money and that nobody can find him and nobody can do this. Guys, okay, at this point in time, I got to put my foot down. I'm killing
Hit
it
the
right
like
now.
button.
We
Quit
cooking.
playing.
We cooking
Quit
right now.
playing.
Y'all
Quit
need to
playing.
straight like I need to see at least five. I need to see at least 600 likes. This is crazy. We flopping back and forth between 700 and 800 people in the room, and y'all telling me
That's
we
different.
ain't got at least 700 to 800 likes. No, this is insane. No, I'm cooking. I'm straight cooking. I'm chefing because I don't think people want to deal with reality. See, YouTube payday comes in about the 21st, between the 21st and the 26th, all depending. If the 21st happens during the weekend, Then, there's a time lapse, and then at the latest, it comes in by the 26th. But between the 21st and the 26th, and if the 21st hits on a regular business day, a weekday, then that's when it hits. Okay? We found out it was all around the time of the Sean Atwood Christmas show when Ronnie Bo went missing. Everyone was looking for Ronnie, and Natanya contacted me. See, I be minding my business. I don't be dealing with this stuff. See, I've been on YouTube and dealing with all of this YouTube crap for too long to not know how to mind my business when it comes to certain things. So if I hear about something, somebody has to bring it to me, and it has to be somebody credible. Natanya came to me and she shared her and I said, you know what? If Natanya's coming to me, let's look into it. We need to get into this. But that was when we found out that all of a sudden he had to take down all his Diddy content. And matter of fact, he made that apparent on this so-called person, that this reject from their platform. Remember, he didn't make that apparent on his channel. He did it on someone else's channel where I was sitting at. And
Yeah.
didn't that person also say that um they was using Sean Atwood was using my content from their channel when I wouldn't go over
Hmm.
there
Yep. Hmm.
and never paid for the content either?
That's what
Which
they
I
said.
told you, which I told you back then. I thought it was kind of cheesy that he was trying to lightweight get interviews out of me for free on somebody else's channel. I thought that was kind of shitty. But that was when
Hmm.
that person dropped that. Now let's be clear. The Christmas show on the Atwood brand that happened on like the 20th or the 21st.
Yeah.
Uh Ronnie went missing between the 21st and the 23rd, right before Christmas. Nobody really heard to him until right after Christmas. See,
Hmm.
that's when the paychecks come. See, that was payday. And let's not forget all of the content that was done on the Atwood channel during the course of that YouTube pay scale. Because, see, that December check would have been for everything that happened in November. What happened in November?
Right.
The epic rundown between me and Lamisha, the epic rundown between me and Courtney Burgess, the epic rundown. Like there
Yeah.
was a lot, and there was a lot of views that
The,
happened in that November month, and that check was
the,
available. Hmm?
the deleted interaction, the only real interaction you had with Ariel on his channel was in November.
I know,
Remember?
I know, I know, because Paddington was very upset with me, but somehow we managed to find our way to some kind of decent daytime. And then I stepped aside and I let Natanya run all down on her face. Sure did. I said, oops, sure did. And then all of a sudden, he had to delete all of his Diddy content. When the truth is what he really deleted was all of the evidence of them trying to tie me to the Combs enterprise so that Paddington Bear would be able to put me in a lawsuit just like Big Homie CC said they was going to.
Yep.
Oops. Let's not
You're
forget
gonna
Big
have
Homie
to.
CC was also very, very, very involved with the Atwood channel at that time. Oh my God, he was over there all the time.
Hmm.
Thank you, Miss K.
Hmm.
Thank you, Miss K. Yes, 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 yes.
Should I? Well, maybe I'll tell them later. but maybe I don't know. So maybe we'll do
Why
this as a part
later?
two.
Why
Oh
later? Why
well,
don't you? What's what?
I was gonna straight up let the cat out the bag in regards to the last conversation that I had with Atwood in regards to you coming back onto his platform and what it is that not that
Mm,
you requested, but what I requested in regards
mm.
to you know uh, just well let's further this along so that I could explain it. But you're gonna, I
Okay.
think you're gonna have to run the photos because for whatever reason, this it's only allowing me to let up put hot dog head up on the screen. I got all the other photos too, but for whatever reason, it's gang banging on me.
Well,
See,
okay. Well, then
I don't know what.
we're gonna have. I guess they're a little upset. So I don't know. Okay. Well
It's
then,
only
let's
allowing hot
see.
dog head up. Go ahead and you have all the other screenshots,
I
the
mean,
other images.
let's not forget about this
Oh
guy.
wow, this
I
guy,
mean, these were all
this
very, very, very interesting viral moments where they kept trying to line me up. I mean, are we forgetting that this is the guy that said that Kim Porter, God rest her soul, gave him Diddy tapes, of the alleged streak offs that people are now saying never happened. Uh, but he said they did happen.
Courtney Burgess, or AKA Courtney Burgers,
Hmm. Courtney, I
said that
wish I
he
had a
had.
burger right now. Yeah.
I'm sure he got a burger. Courtney, I'll gladly pay you for a burger today.
Well, we definitely know
Your
he's
burger
got a
that he
bird.
don't do.
Him and Adria. They were supposed to be hot and heavy
Mm-hmm.
with they cannabis business.
Yeah, exactly. With
Hmm.
her she diddy weed. Wow.
Hmm. Streak off the
Where,
freak
where
off.
where is he now? Where
Yeah,
is
where
he
is
now?
he now?
I know I know some things are gonna come to him because even up to the point in November when he had the interaction with you and he got disrespectful and he was throwing up those Illuminati,
Yeah,
quit
yeah,
talking, Dad, trying to intimidate you.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
why I was able to talk to some attorneys about his illegal doings for
Hmm.
the the issue that he had with the Shakur family
Oh yeah, yeah,
where he
yeah.
was plagiarizing Baba Matulu Shakur's work and saying that it was
Hmm.
his. He still had that
Hmm.
website up. He still had the website up.
Yep,
But
still did.
right
Still
now, I
making
know the
money.
website isn't. I know it isn't up. No, it's not up anymore. 'Cause
Not anymore.
I talked to Pog's brother, and yeah, when I talked to Pog's brother, it's not making anymore. It's not up. It's not up. But running with that grift. So he and Jamal Millwood, aka Chris Guzzy,
Oh, you mean,
which
wait a minute.
we got him.
You talking about this guy?
Chris Guzzle. Look at him. He's been guzzling. Look at him. He's gained some weight, y'all. He's been eating. He's Chrissy on the run eating. So he he goes by Jamal T. Millwood.
Yeah.
Jamal T. Millwood just happened to be, well, not Jamal T, because I think the T stands for Todd, Chris Todd, and Todd is his middle name.
Hmm.
He concocted the story
The fat white kid.
that, yeah, the fat white kid, there he is. But he's the one that concocted the whole story that I think he fed to Courtney Burgers
Hmm.
and had the whole, hey, well, yeah, you have excerpts of her book, and Chris Guzzi was the author allegedly of it,
Hmm.
and it wasn't real. It wasn't the real
Nope.
book. It was nothing, nowhere close to it. It
Nope.
was a way to shame certain people and to make certain people look bad.
Yep.
So that should be evidence
They took
enough.
some real information and they shrouded it in a bunch of crap, which is exactly what I said they were going to do, and it probably been done because they were trying to
Yeah.
discredit I'll Be Sure, and they were trying to discredit everything that I'll Be Sure had to say about all that had happened to Kim Porter. You know, it's so funny because none of that stuff made it to the trial. None of those very real things made it to the trial at all. None of it.
Not at all. But that should let everyone know that Mr. Burgers is very uncredible, not credible. He's not credible for shit
No, it's
because
just he became not credible when he decided to say that he saw me on Diddy freak off tapes that he said he had in his possession assaulting my own son in the videos. He actually said that. He said that on Atwitch channel. Sure did.
and think
It's
about
funny.
this.
There's no Epstein list. There's no freak off, but but Courtney Burgess had all the tapes. And what's even more interesting is that Paddington Bear got on News Nation, her first big interview on News Nation, and said that she had seen the tapes, that she had seen still images, and that she saw specific people.
Yeah, and think about what's going on with this the Hadley's case and the fake
Mm-hmm.
AI audio, the fake AI
Mm-hmm.
video, and
Mm-hmm.
when we present part four, we show everyone the connection to TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason why it's kind of being held back because I got to be real careful
We have to be very,
how we
very,
present
very
that.
careful.
But the TMZ connection, and then all of a sudden, when Courtney Burgers had to go to the
Mm-hmm.
grand jury to present and say some stuff, who was
Mm-hmm.
there to catch Mitchell and Burgers out?
TMZ. TMZ. Yeah, just like they're always magically somewhere. They're magically delicious. They're always magically there. You know, the little midgets with the small hands. The leprechaun, Harvey Leviathan. Hmm. Sure. And it's always them who happens to just be there at the right moment, just like they just happened to be there on the day that the verdict was being read when they bumped into Gina, who all of a sudden wanted to say that the diddler wasn't dangerous, even though she did whole interviews with Tasha Cat. Hmm.
The funny thing is I don't think
Saying
we're
the exact
done. It's funny.
opposite.
It's funny. I don't think we're done because you going to the trial and then all of a sudden these
I
things
created.
emerge and we got a whole lot of cross a lot of things that I would say cross contamination, right?
Hmm.
TMZ, uh,
Yeah.
the Diddy connection, the Ariel situation,
The
Comey.
the Hadley
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, I'm just saying we're not
All of
done.
it.
We're not done. 'Cause all this is going to show because even with the Jay-Z situation, allegedly paying off judges. Oh my God, this is not done. We're not done.
Nowhere near it.
I thought the Diddy
We're
thing was
not
going to
as
be
done as
open and
she
shut.
is. Where is she now? Has anyone seen
Uh-oh.
her? Should we put She Diddy on a milk carton?
Now put on a carton of lube, because she might be doing flicks. I remember she was messaging me,
Might
sending me
be.
the flick.
Might be. Listen to me. She was
She
trying to
still like
get
me
you
doing
trapped
flicks.
up. She was trying to get you trapped up so bad, just like she was trying to get everybody else trapped up. I'm just saying. Where in God's name is she now? Where is she now?
Yeah,
Where did she go?
she got her. Or maybe she got her She Diddy weed and she got the She Diddy lube going. It's the She Diddy baby oil. I don't know. Maybe she
But I
franchised
mean,
out.
no, let's just be very clear. These people did great harm. They did great harm to the jury pool. They did great
Yeah,
harm.
and she probably was rewarded because the thing is I remember. You remember we were speaking to her and even trying to help her with housing and stuff like that,
Yeah, because she needed a place
and
to
all of
stay, even though she was
right.
so
Well, there's
busy trying
some.
to find a way to be in my presence, to be in my presence. I swear to God, it's like it's no different than with the TW situation. Like people that are always fighting to be in my presence, to be in my presence, to get near me, to get near me. It's weird. It's weird.
Hit the like button, y'all. We're almost there, y'all. Y'all hit the like button,
Yeah, y'all, yeah,
please.
yeah, but come on, man. This is crazy. We should have been at 500 likes. Like we definitely need like 300 more likes. That's kind of nuts. It's
But yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm under the I'm under
She
the
went to a
impression.
rehab. She went to a rehab where she was still able to smoke cannabis and sell cannabis and do videos with her kid.
She ain't want to know.
There was no rehab. I bet you dollars to donuts. They had her at somebody's safe house
Yeah,
doing her
exactly. And
disinformation.
I'm sure she's gotten paid because now there's talks of certain content creators being paid. That got leaked. Disinformation is were being paid. Yeah, like I
Let's
said,
not
we're not
forget
done. I'm sure.
she was supposed to be the girl in the D&G shirt and the videos that she did. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my little I'm becoming unstable over here. But the videos that
Okay.
she did with this person, they they became so viral that it actually forced Anna Kane out of her Jane Doe status. Or is everyone forgetting that? Is everyone forgetting that? She was supposed to have been Anna Kane, remember? This guy said that she was Anna Kane. And then they tried to come back and clean it up, and then there was supposed to be a lie detector test, and none of that ever happened. None of that ever happened.
There you go.
Like seriously, these people forced real survivors out of their protection status with all of their lies, with all of their manipulation, with all of their fraudulent, and the content creators that helped them do so, and for profit. I don't think anybody told Atwood that they needed to take that down. I think they already knew that they were going to take it down if they couldn't find a way to get anything to stick. Because the truth is, I might actually have a case against Atwood
Well, let me say this before we
because
end, and I
they
know we're
actually tried to set me up to make
well.
me a
Let me
part
say this.
of
You
a
hear me?
criminal organism. Go ahead.
Because that's where I was headed. The last conversation I had with Shane, and that was about a month ago.
Mhm.
I said, because they wanted you back on, even though you had some content creator, some liar saying that uh, Atwood never wanted you back on or doesn't want you on, yada yada yada. No, they reached out and said, what will it take for us to get Jaguar Wright back onto the platform? And I simply told them he would have to get on Jaguar's platform and address the likes of the Courtney Burgesses, the Chris Todds, the Ariels, the what's her face, mustard on the beat hoe. You would have to explain to Jaguar's audience and to Jaguar why were those people put in the face or had the ability to interact with Jaguar when majority of them, all of them, for the fact, let's just say that were not credible, and what was going on with the trying to tie you in to this whole Diddy thing in that fashion,
Well,
especially
now
the
we know.
question.
Now we know they were
Yeah,
trying to find a way. to put me in that Ashley Parham lawsuit so that they could tank another real Diddy survivor
Yeah,
and
yeah,
try to find a way to destroy my credibility.
yeah, yeah.
Just
Somebody
like
was
Big Homie
working with,
CC said.
just like you said, somebody was working with some people, and then it's like the way God works is, you being honored by General Flynn, and then she went ahead and put that
And
out there
then
a few weeks
put
later,
me right after. What a
right after.
reaction it triggered.
Yeah, like, and then him asking, oh, well, okay, can you come on and talk about what was going on? It's like, well, yeah, you guys just showed your hand. You guys showed your hand. It's sad, and yeah, like I said, Jag again. We're not saying nothing nasty about any of these people because we're gonna let all
No.
the other stuff. You know,
There's nothing
we
nasty
got.
to say. They let them
This is
be
just the
nasty
truth.
all by themselves because this was an entire operation to try to find a way to make me legally responsible for something that I could have never done. They were all so busy trying to get information on me. You would have thought that they would have bothered to look and let little Paddington know that I was in jail when she was trying to finger me for a crime that I could not have committed. It's just funny. It's funny how people make these grand moves, do these big old moves, and then they just disappear like they were never there, and nobody bothers to ask. Why have the authorities not questioned any of these people about what they did? Because there's no way you can tell me with over at least 20 million views of all of these liars and all of the stuff that they did that none of that made it to anybody on these juries or in the jury
Yeah,
pool.
yeah,
I need y'all to think about that. Everything that these people did, October, November, December, January, for 4 months, which was 4 months before the trial started. For 4 months, they were online, tanking this case, telling every ridiculous story that they possibly could tell. Everything to destroy the jury pool, to make people not want to believe. With stories about Garfield and scenes from Blink Twice and me. How is it that everything that Lamisha Fuller tried to accuse me of on Sean Atwood's channel, most of those things popped up as things that they said that I did in that Ashley Parham lawsuit?
but they were things that KK did.
Yeah, things that Christina Coram did. I'm just trying to figure it out. How does that work? How does that work? But look at God. Because while they were busy sitting there putting their little flummadil plan together to try to find a way to discredit and destroy me, we could use 200 more likes. Please don't stop liking. And if you want to engage in the chat, all you have to do is become a member. But please don't stop liking. I don't think anybody's paying attention. The plan to derail this trial started the second that I said what I had to say on Pierce Morgan. There was already plays being put into position. And once Diddy was finally arrested and I did Pierce Morgan, see, they were trying to find a way on that Pierce Morgan show to get me out of the whistleblowing business. That's what that
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
See, I reached out to Paddington, and Paddington ghosted me. I left her a very specific message, and I left her the message on purpose because I wanted to see what it was going to drive her to do. I wanted to see exactly what her motivation was. And I quickly found out. And then for big homie CC to be sitting there pretending like he cared, trying to get me to leave the country with him to go to Mexico, so what? So I could end up in a Shanquilla Robinson situation, and whoever did whatever they did to me wouldn't be prosecuted just like Shanquilla Robinson's people did. Like, What was the plan? What was the plan? Hmm? See, that's the problem. All of these people were spending so much time playing make believe that they forgot that I'm the real deal. I want everybody to really pay attention to that. 777 and 555. I want everybody to pay attention to that. From October, they had already started working on trying to find a way to move real whistleblowers out of the conversation, discredit them altogether, and then download the public with as much fake crap as they could. That's what they did. Because the truth is, if any of those eight male jurors that they had on that jury saw or heard any of this stuff, that would be enough to make them look at some of the stuff that they heard there at the trial with a side eye. They were subliminally tanking this case from jump. Why ain't nobody talking about that? Why? And I'm sure the comments over there on real life are disgusting. They always are. They never have moderators in there. No, it's just a bunch of weirdo trolls over there hating, saying a bunch of hateful things. Yes, God gave me discernment. And yes, I do my best to use it well. But people really need to pay attention to what's going on. So now, here we are. The trial is over. Sentencing hasn't come yet. And the lead prosecutor, who pretty much handpicked the one juror that derailed the entire jury, just got fired. Hmm. I don't know. Sounds a little weird to me. Actually, it sounds a lot weird to me. I want everybody to think about all of that. There were plans put in place, but the one thing that I will say that everyone was so adamant about was that it was Rock Nation that was going to sue me. So does that mean that Paddington Bear really has been working for The Rock all along? Because if so, people really need to look a little bit closer at who she was representing as an attorney. Because if any of this is true, and you trying to help the Jigga Man get the diddler off so that they don't have to worry about a RICO and that everything can keep going on and the corruption can keep going on and the barbary can keep going on and the treachery can keep going on. If that was her entire job, then that means that she started representing Ashley Parham specifically to have the ability to silence her case. That's what that would mean. Kind of like Tory Lane's lawyer in his trial. Like, I don't think people are really looking at what this actually is. Hey, Jag, it's so good that, oh, honey, I intend to survive. Thank you. God means it for me. God intends that for me. I wake up every day on His behest. And I wake up every day to do the job that He asked me to do. I can see you flashing through in a strange way, sir. You got
Oh, hold on.
you got me in your lap. That's kind of telling. Anyway, I think people really just need to pay attention to the fact that all of this was allegedly, all of this was orchestrated. We left them no choice. The public left them no choice. You know, how about the black burn? Exactly. You want to know what else I find interesting? Funny you bring him up because Tyrone Blackburn, maybe it's time to put him on a milk carton too. Because after he filed that Rock Nation lawsuit against uh, Fat Joe and Rock Nation, process servers came up on him, and then all of a sudden, we could use 200 more likes. Y'all just don't be sitting here doing nothing. Hit double tap that screen. He gets into that Suge Knight situation where he backs up into his process server, and that was a month ago. That was about a month ago now. Where is it? Where is he? He didn't get bond. He didn't bond out. What's going on with the case? What's going on with the suit? Have there been any official filings? I know that Fat Joe came out and was running his mouth, and I can understand why. Somebody coming forward and saying that they know for a fact that you got a 1 5-year old a BBL to enhance their body for your personal gratification. That, yeah, no, that sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. But then again, most of the stuff you hear about these people sounds terrible. The public has to start doing a better job at demanding real justice for these real survivors. And I still don't understand what it's going to take to get the law to start going after content creators for the stuff that they're doing, but they need to, because all of these people were sitting here doing misinformation, disinformation, telling all kinds of lies, saying all kinds of crazy things. These people should be charged with crimes. They intentionally got online and lied. And now all of a sudden everybody disappeared. Everybody gone. Don't nobody know where nobody at. Hey Carla. Hey Yvonne. Not hide nor hair. Nothing. Nothing. Just gone. That's funny. TMZ can seem to pop up on everybody else. Why ain't TMZ popping up on any of these people? Hmm? They can find the lost, right? And and revive and bring people back. They can do all kinds of things, can't they? Why can't TMZ find any of these people? Or maybe they're just too busy. Maybe they're just too busy running down on somebody else's case like the Hadleys that has absolutely nothing to do with pop culture or their content. These are intimidation tactics. This is corruption, period. Why does nobody want to pay attention to this? And it's sad. Yes, my. How illuminating. Literally. Let's not forget about these people. They want to talk about Cassie. They want to talk about everybody else. They want to talk about this. They want to talk about that. I wonder if Clayton had any experiences with She Diddy. I wonder. How does this work? That all of this collusion and all of this fraud and all of this craziness, very dramatic stories, all lies, and boop. See, it's because of people like these that people are having such a hard time believing the Jane Does, the real survivors, the real victims. It's because of pundits and weirdos like Vladimir Lyuski and Paddington Bear that real survivors are totally being overlooked. This bitch sat here and cried and cried. She talked about consuming human flesh. She talked about watching the Jigga Man snatch the aorta out of a little person's chest and eating it. Why has nobody? Why did she only get arrested for aggravated assault as something that happened over there by that Yellow Beezy Trap House, which, by the way, is a Rock Nation artist? Hmm? Where is she? Because there were content creators that actually found footage of her directing a corn film, and they saw her son on set while they were filming. Hmm? Prosecutors ain't want to talk to none of these people. Y'all see what I'm telling you? Grand Rising, Lindsay. Do you see what I'm telling you? The fix was in from day one. And I told everybody that's exactly what it was going to be when I sat with Pierce Morgan. Then he has to issue a retraction because I was making things up, but apparently I wasn't. Because everything that I said, y'all are learning about in the Demore Hadley story. Everything. Holding people against their will. What do you think it is when you lie to the authorities and you have fake witnesses saying that they saw things that they didn't see that never really happened, and then putting people in mental institutions put there by doctors who are supposed to be legitimate healthcare providers? Hmm? But he had to apologize, right? For what? Oh, yeah, not because I was lying, but because they needed to discredit me. Yeah, doctors who took oaths. Their only loyalty is to their pockets. See, that's why you have these content creators that don't want to acknowledge the Demore Hadley story that we're featuring here on the Jaguar Wright Effect, the content that we put together for our specific community, for people who are actually interested in getting to know the truth. Content creators who want to sit there and hype up other weirdos because they want to keep other agendas going on rather than getting to the God does see everything, honey. And I know that. All of these people here on this YouTube app, they can lie all day long. It does not change the truth. Question is, you got to ask yourself, are you going to let a bunch of liars, no matter how many of them it is, change your mind about what the truth is? On the GA bar, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. What's the GA bar? I'm not sure, but okay. You know, and thank you for supporting the channel. The work that we do, it's not easy. Oh no, I'm not trying to become a lawyer. Why would I want to do that? I would not have a good career. Not as an attorney. I would not have a good career. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Because all of the people that I be going up against, they be paying everybody around me not to work with me, just like they do in music and entertainment too. You know how many people get paid to try to find ways to disrupt my work, to disrupt my job? You know, for a while now, people have been trying to discredit me as a journalist, to discredit me as an advocate, to discredit me as a whistleblower. They yeah, no, I'm not going for no. I don't live in Georgia. And Georgia is the last place I'd be wanting to practice law, not with all the hand in hands that go on there. Um, you know, it's it's interesting though, you know. They all want me discredited. They all want me down. They all want me out. They all want me, you know, anywhere but where God wants me. And God wants me right out front, on the front line, fighting, praying that more people come forward, praying that more people tell their stories. And it's wild because the further we go and the more corruption, well, yeah, God brings justice, whether or not man does. God brings justice. See? See, that's part of the reason why I don't get up in arms when I see these crazy things happen, when I see all of the derailments happen and all of the distractions happen and all of the lies happen and all of the this and all of the that. That's why I don't you're not gonna see me online crying about it. You're not gonna see me, I can't believe that. No, that's not gonna come from me. No one's ever, God's will is always done. And understand this, when things are happening that you don't understand, that doesn't mean that God don't know what he's doing. Tawana, welcome, welcome. And same to you and your family. You know, the simple fact that a content creator could get online and try to draw some kind of assertion um, that Demore and Javon actually violated court orders when they did not, but other content creators who set it up to try to make it look that way. Like, I want y'all to think about the kind of people these are. These are people with no morals. These are people with no real values. And these are people who do not care about other people. What they care about are their channels. What they care about is their AdSense check. That's what they care about. And Grand Rising, happy Friday. Sabbath is coming over there. Shabbat Shalom. It's going to be coming here soon. Um, See, it's my job to remind everybody that God is always in control. Even when you think things have lost their way, even when you think things have gone down the shitter, even when you think that everyone else is taking advantage, no, no, no. God's not done. He's nowhere near done. See, that's what I do. I remind people that God is still in control. See, for me to get upset at Comey being fired, Juror 25, um, any of these people, for me to allow those things to get under my skin, that only means one thing, that I don't believe that God is in control. See, that's how that works. Because when you know, see, because that mustard seed of faith that they talk about in the Bible, that's the only thing that God needs from you. It's for you to have the audacity to believe in Him, you know? The audacity to believe in God over a bunch of human beings. The audacity to believe that no matter how many billions of dollars are being used to work a negative agenda, that does nothing to stop God from doing what God does. See, that's my role. It's my job to keep showing you what's going on, making sure you're looking so you know who and what to pray for. I hope justice for the Hadleys is a prayer that stays on your hearts and your minds and your lips every day. I hope justice for all of the Diddy survivors and victims. I hope that these are the prayers and healing. These people need healing, and we can help them with that by staying vigilant, by staying real in prayer. The journey with the Hadleys, hey, love, Leroy, the journey with the Hadleys, we're just getting started. But if y'all can't see the way that they keep playing with this case, the way they're playing with these people's reputations, the way they're trying to find a way to dirty their integrity, when these people are innocent of the things they've been accused of. Part four is coming. And salute to everybody who's been sharing the content. Salute to everybody who's been sharing the hashtags. Please, we're nowhere near done. We're going to keep leveling this thing up. This is just us getting started. We've taken a lot of hits. This channel is taking a lot of hits. The other channels got hit. You know, there's a bunch of stuff that's going on. We will not be moved. We will not be moved. And please make sure you let everyone know. And please make sure you share and keep sharing. I'm asking all of the members, share one of these videos at least once every other day if you can. Get it to whoever needs it. Like we can't. When you see the devil working, that's not your time to say, "Oh man, this is unfair. Oh man, oh man, oh man, this is terrible, man. Oh my God, they're gonna get away with it. Oh." Every time you take that energy and you put it to that, what you're saying is you don't believe that God has the ultimate say. And what if what it takes is your faith to activate that? Because that's what our faith does. It activates. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be sitting around um up in arms and be "Ooh," no, no. God's nowhere near done. I tell you what I do know. Every day that the diddler stays in jail, that's God saying, believe in me, believe in me, and know that I am in control. Know that I am in charge. Ramir finally getting his paternity addressed. That's God moving. Lawsuits for bullshit being thrown out as they should. That's God. It might not move as fast as you want. See, that's the problem. We live in a microwave society where we expect everything to happen like this. But you know what? The best recipes take time to prepare and time to cook. You don't rush my meal. I want all of the seasoning, all of the flavor. I want, yeah, and it will all fall into place. But we have to have patience and let God do His thing, and not be derailed. Let them do whatever they do, and let them all do their big ones. Let us be the miracles that believe in what God can do. And I know I haven't been around as much as I used to because I've been dealing with a lot and going through a lot and a lot of research and this, that, and third. But no, we going and since Ticket TV wants to talk about the contempt order and all of that stuff, we're gonna make sure all of you get all of the right information, okay? So this way, so you're not confused. And please, just in case you haven't, before we leave on your way out, don't forget to hit the like. We got to get ready to go. I think I lost my co-host somewhere. Not quite sure where he went. I was down in his lap, and now I'm probably out on the floor. I don't know. But no, seriously, let's stay vigilant in believing that God is really in control and His will be done. You know, even if Diddy were to walk free and to leave out of jail in less than a year or 2 years or whatever the case may be, I don't know. Whatever that is, I got to accept it because God has a plan. Look, you can battle in those comments. I'm not going to be looking at them because I already know who's over there. Every loser who needs me for content, that's who's over there. But I had some very real things to say about justice for the Hadleys. I had some very real things to say about all of that, and you know, it's out there. Y'all know how these blue couch interviews go, and y'all know how much they hate them. And I really don't care. It is what it is. I stay focused on what God needs me to stay focused on. And what He needs me to stay focused on now is making sure that we all stay vigilant in looking for justice for the Hadleys. Please support all hashtags regarding this justice for the Hadleys, Rock Nation Downfall, justice for them, justice for Demore. Share them all. But let's not forget that this didn't just happen to Demore. It also happened to her husband, who's an innocent Black man that was accused of doing some very heinous things that he never did. Like, let's not forget about those things. Hmm, yeah. Where are they now? What happened to all of these people? Where are they now? Lord knows they were all over YouTube. Oh my goodness, they were everywhere. You could barely go days without seeing them. Where are these people now? Hmm? All of these Diddy liars and these Diddy distractors and detractors with all of their fake evidence. Paddington Bear said she saw this man's evidence. She said she saw celebrities in it. Now none of that exists. I don't know. Where are they now? You so crazy.
You a kudo.
You
You a kudo.
You a Kuda. Oh
I had
God.
to go. I had to go rescue Sherman because his car broke down. So that's why
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I was giving y'all the D pics, the D angles. I'm sorry. That was accident. So
Lord
yeah.
have mercy.
No, shout out to the homie, the OG. I had to. Yeah, he was stuck. So that's why I had to
No,
rush
I
out.
understand. We
But
understand.
yeah. But yeah. You a kudo.
You a Kuda.
But I was listening to what you were saying, and yeah, yeah, all facts. And my damn stuff overheated. But I'm back. I'm back. And yeah, what you were saying is so on point. Like I said, in all honesty, where we're moving forward with the Demore story and the Laura Gantz and the
Dr.
contempt
Bober.
order, all that. We finna no. It's man. Four probably be there. We probably get on the Patreon tonight or tomorrow and probably do bust out with the four. What do you think? I think maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see. What I am hoping is that everyone that's over there watching the Blue Couch interview and anybody who does see it, please remember to come back to this channel and see this work. See this very real interview. When I see it and I look at it, I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of what we did and I'm proud of what we're doing. And we're nowhere near done. We're just getting started. Just getting started. So thank you for the over 700 likes. I would appreciate it if it was 1K. If you have not liked on your way in, please like on your way out. Replay gang, please. You already
Yeah.
know what to do. And to our
And,
members,
and, and
we
sub
love
sub to
you.
the if you're not a subscriber to Set in the West, Set in the West at Set in the West .1.
And it's pinned here in the chat.
I got a lot coming. We got a lot.
Whole lot. So on that note, I think we up out of here and peace.
Peace.
See you soon. Bye.